going to learn about growth and development. Specifically, our lesson is snapping back. Before we get started on the main part of the lesson here, I want to show you guys a little video I have here. So I showed you that video so you can kind of get your mindset around growth and development and growing up. Because right now in high school is a very big time in all of your lives, and one of the biggest things you go through is a lot of growth and change. And that video is kind of neat because it shows someone from birth to 12 years. Now I hope you guys didn't grow up quite that fast, but in her video she pretty much went from 1 to 12 in basically 2 minutes, and so I just wanted you guys to have an idea, get your mind kind of in the ballpark of growing up. And when I saw that video, it actually reminded me of some of my childhood, because when I was growing up and growing up back in the day, going through high school, what I really didn't like was how my parents were. It felt like they were suffocating me at times. I just wanted to get out, like do my own thing, be my own person. I did everything I could. Once I was in high school and I got my own car, I felt like I was taking steps away from them. And then I got my own job, and I started really feeling like, oh man, this is my time. Like, I'm my own person finally. My parents aren't controlling me anymore. And that's all I wanted to do, was to pull away from them. And then I went to college my freshman year, and I realized that I kind of missed my parents a little bit, but it didn't really hit me right away. Like some people, they talk about going there and they feel homesick right away. And it really didn't hit me until I was laying in my bed one night, and my parents packed me a bag. And in this bag, it had a little blanket in here. Now, some of you will recognize this as a Pokemon blanket. Pretty childish, huh? But what it actually reminded me of is my parents, because they gave this blanket to me back when I was younger, and I realized that, I kind of missed them, and I had this snapping back moment where I kind of came back to my parents, and I was like, you know what? They're there for me, and it's okay to have that relationship. I don't have to be a completely separate person. So, as I said, the lesson is snapping back, and the objective today for all of us is I want each and every student will demonstrate their knowledge of, after completion of the lesson, of healthy relationships and developmental tasks by taking a short quiz. So make sure you're paying attention today, guys. Now, the first part of what we're going to, like I was saying earlier, is this is a big growth spurt for us. A lot of us are growing up. High school is a time where our bodies really start to change, and we really make some noticeable change in height and weight, and sometimes, depending on if you're a guy or girl, different things are happening to your body. So it's definitely a huge growth spurt time for us. Now, with growth spurts come developmental tasks, which are achievements that must be made during a particular period of growth so that a person can continue to grow towards maturity. So when you're growing up, they want us to aim for these developmental tasks, to try and achieve them. And there's actually 8 developmental tasks. But we're going to focus on developmental task number 4. Number 4, achieving emotional interdependence from parents or other adults, whether that's a coach that you're really close with, or a guardian, or your parent. And how we're going to demonstrate this is right here. I have a rubber band, pen in my hand. Now, here the pen represents the student, or the adolescent, and the hand is the parent. Alright? And this rubber band is your relationship with your parents, like a connection you have with each and every one of you have with your parent or guardian or adult figure. Now, when we grow up, we start here together a little bit. Your baby, your parents pretty much watch after you and everything you do. As you grow up and you start to grow older and older and get into high school especially, you start to pull away. And you see there's still this rubber band here that shows that there's a connection between us, which is important. But as we pull and pull away, that tension builds, and sometimes that tension in the rubber band is represented by fights you might get with your parents, or sometimes you get frustrated with your parents. All that stuff is what tension creates there, but it's healthy. And we keep pulling and pulling, eventually, they snap back. And that snapping back is healthy and important for that growing relationship to achieve that developmental task number 4. Now, can anyone tell me what the pen represented again? Is it
the child?
The child? Yes. What about the hand? What do you think, Jonathan? What does the hand represent?
Parent.
Correct. Way to go. So that's what we have there. Now, there's a couple different things now. There's not just the developmental or snapping back, but there's also, with this connection here, there's something we call interdependence. Now, interdependence is when 2 people depend on each other, but yet have their own 2 separate identities. So like I was saying here, once again with the pen in the hand, when they pull away, we see that there's obviously a pen here and there's a hand. 2 separate things, but they are connected still. So they're interdependent from each other. Now, can anyone tell me why this interdependence would help result or promote snapping back? Because of the pull? Anyone? Sorry, let me clarify that a little bit. Seems like I'm kind of getting the deer in the headlights look, which is fine. Alright, so interdependence, there's that healthy tension, which is good. We want healthy tension because, look at this, if there's no tension, the pen just falls. And they just fall and hit the ground, and they're all on their own. Which is what happens if you absolutely have no kind of tension or elasticity with your parents or your connection there, it's not going to be good. So interdependence gives you that tension, which is good. And it's not too far away where it starts to pull and possibly break, but it gives you that tension so when the time comes, you can snap back, which is very important for growth and development, to achieving this developmental task number 8. Now, another section, or another type of relationship is called enmeshment. And this one is a little different. I'll take this pen here. So once again, we have the student here, and with the student here, and the parent being the hand,